Yeah, our Pachamama, our Mother Earth is intelligent being.
Hmm.
She's older than us. We belong to her, and she belongs to us. It's this unity cycle of consciousness. So yeah, when you heal yourself, you heal the others and the planet. And when you get in this state, when you're high vibratory, um, you automatically, your hormones in the pineal gland produce the bliss chemicals like serotonin
Hmm.
and dopamine. You feel great. You
Hmm.
feel relaxed. You feel uplifting, lighter, and like sourceful, joyous, like we were meant to be.
Level up your frequency.
Welcome to Season 1, Episode 8 of the Level Up Your Frequency podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Sun. And just as a quick recap, this season will be all about voice and how to utilize and understand the power of your own vibration or sound print to level up your frequency for better health, wealth, and relationships. Today's podcast is brought to you by BizMind Academy. BizMind Academy is an online training platform which is designed to empower startup entrepreneurs by helping them learn skills and tactics that can quickly be implemented into daily business processes to produce noticeable and measurable results. So if you're a startup entrepreneur really looking to take your business to the next level, but not so sure on how to do so, you can check out BizMind Academy to learn anything from how to effectively launch your business to creating a solid business plan and how to manage your time to help your business grow. You can learn about what I just mentioned, plus so much more to really take your business to the next level by visiting www.bizmind.academy. That's www.biz as in zebra, mind.academy, www.bizmind.academy. In today's episode, I will be joining forces with special guest Srdan Nikolic from Croatia to discuss how to work with your energy body in order to shift your frequency for better health and peace of mind. Srdan combines his previous experience with medicine work as a radiologic technologist at the Clinical Hospital Center in Rijeka, Croatia, with his holistic energy healing modalities such as reiki healing, Qong, Prana Healing, and Shamanism. Srdan merges ancient spiritual healing practices with modern science to help his clients activate their energy body for their own unique and original unfolding, assisting to bring forth their true potential. Welcome, Srdan. Thank you for joining me today.
Hello, Crystal. Namaste to all and to you.
Namaste. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Very, excited, but very joyful to be here and to share exciting experiences and knowledge together. And
yeah, well, we're excited to have you. Based on your experience, I know we're going to learn a lot. So before we get started, I just wanted to ask you one question. Could you please share a little about your story, your passion, and why you do what you do?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was always curious about how the things working inside of me. So my background is medical school. I was working on radiology department for 12 years. And I always been, like I said, curious about electromagnetism and electromagnetic spectrum inside the human body, And then that path led me to the more spiritual awakening when I've had my first Reiki initiation. And then one thing led to another, and now I'm here, just examining the consciousness and combining with the energy field to better understand my spiritual nature in the present moment. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we are more than we see.
Awesome. And you're from Croatia.
Yeah, it's a small country in the Central Europe. Yeah, it's very warm here and very open-minded now. So yeah, things are changing more and more in collective consciousness. So like like so you can feel it and
Yes.
already around the world. So yeah, it will be fun ride, enjoyable ride soon.
Yes, awesome. Well, we're just happy to have you here all the way from Croatia to share some of your
Thank you.
energy. And of course, today's podcast is going to be so interesting because we're going to talk about the energy body and really how to shift your frequency. And we talked about this before on a call when we met previously, but I thought it would be interesting for us to talk about this on a podcast. Why not? So I think we should start off with talking about the subconscious mind, our thought patterns and how our thoughts and our words shift our frequency and also shift the vibratory field around us. In a last podcast episode, I talked about the subconscious mind and our thoughts and how literally every thought that we're having, every word that we're saying is creating vibration, is creating frequency, and it's shifting frequency within our body. And I'm sure, Srdan, you can talk a little bit more about this in depth, but every body part holds a particular frequency, and that's what makes all of us different, right? As well as we have our energy body, which vibrates at a particular frequency as well. So it's a lot that we really have to balance out and be mindful of.
Yeah, we exist on the 5 levels of our existence. Okay, it's first is physical body, as we see it. Second is mental, then emotional. Combined together, we got energetic body. And the 5th is our spiritual body, our soul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our mental body is mostly divided in 2 parts, maybe analytical left brain part, and the right brain is more emotional feeling brain. Combining together, we got intuition brain or intuition patterns, which acknowledges all together. Mm-hmm. And subconscious is like a software program inside of us, which work on affirmations, these thought patterns. We are what we feel mostly and what we're thinking about. So if we change our level of thinking and the thought patterns, elevate this pattern of acknowledgement, yeah, we can combine all together and make our life more vibrant, more happier, more abundant.
Yeah, and I always like to think about the Dr. Emoto water experiments, because it's a really good way to understand what our words and our thoughts are truly doing to our body and the water within our body and the blood within our body, since we're mainly made up of water. And I'm sure you can talk a little bit more about that with your background and experience, right? Of what you did. You were a radiologic engineer, yes. So I know you have a lot of experience with that and how the human body works, the anatomy, and so on and so forth. So I was hoping you could talk a little bit about your perspective on that as well, based on water within the body and what frequency and vibration is doing to the body.
Mm-hmm. Okay, water is specific elements which has its own memory, and it can understand our mental communication with it, like Dr. Emoto experiments show us. Like you said, we are mostly body 70 to maybe 80%, depends on our level of hydration. Mm-hmm. And we can communicate with our water cells, and membranes, and the part of us which can vibrate more higher when we put intention inside of it. If you put intention, which is more vibrant, like love and gratitude, the water becomes hexagon crystals, mm-hmm. which then expand to other cells and other cells and other cells, which all together combining, raising up your frequency, and you feel much, vibrant and joyful.
Yeah, it's so cool to see the actual water experiments and the beautiful crystals that are created when you use words such as gratitude or love, and to know that these words carry a particular frequency to them naturally is amazing. But then what makes me think more about it are, thinking about these words and what actually gave these words that particular vibration or frequency. Has to be humans over time would infuse it with that energy, and it's influenced by the collective. So do you think it's possible to take a word and create the opposite effect? So for example, take the word love and turn it into something that's not harmonious.
Yeah, we can do it all the time. We do it on unconscious, all conscious levels, because everything is connected on the great scale of things, On the scale of oneness, we can all connect on these sacred fractal patterns and energetic vibrations. So we're mostly not unconscious about it, but we're mostly now doing, raising up our awareness to it. So yeah, it can be done. We're doing all the time.
So it's really more about the intention or the thought behind the word that creates the vibration or energy within the word.
Yeah, but it must come with elevated emotions, like you said before: love, gratitude, happiness, unity, togetherness, empathy, and all.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about that words alone without any thought or intention hold a particular frequency or vibration, but then we're able to shift the frequency or vibration of a word and give it a whole different meaning and frequency. So we can literally be speaking words, and based on our emotions, when we're communicating, these words come out completely different on an energetic level. So you could be like, you can really feel it when people are speaking. If they're saying loving things, you can always feel the intention stronger than the loving words, right? So if they're infusing it with a sarcasm or, something that's hateful, you can pick it up, and we feel that as energetic beings. But what I think is really important is understanding that frequency has a huge effect on our body, and words that people speak can also have a huge impact on our body if we choose to take it on and we're not conscious of it. But the thing is, I take that back. We don't choose to take it on because we're not conscious of it. So when we can become more conscious of how words and how intention have an impact on our energetic body and our frequency, and shifts our frequency, we become a lot more powerful, in a sense, because we're not allowing anything to change our frequency. We're in control of our frequency when we have this frequency awareness.
Exactly, yeah. Well, it's most important to acknowledge your own original frequency, what it is, And as you said, we intuitively knows when somebody or something is projecting on us energetically. We just feel it deep inside, yes. So it's our nature to feel it, because our ancestors give us the genes we had to survive.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, it's more feeling than a thought pattern. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So when we're talking about, your thoughts, your words, and our emotions, our thought patterns, the subconscious mind, a lot of this can seem, pretty overwhelming to many people, and they're not sure where to start or even how to silence the mind, because sometimes the thoughts can become so loud, it overtakes your body, and you're too caught up, in your mental bodies. And we were talking about this before, Srdan, because I actually went through an episode where I was caught up in my mental body, and I started getting migraines, and I didn't know what was going on. And I was meditating. I thought everything was good. And you actually showed me a great practice, which we're going to go through a practice at the end of the podcast. But you showed me a great practice to use to help ground me back into, I would say, more so like the physical realm, because I was more in the higher realm, so to speak. and also in my mental body. So if you had to give some advice to someone who struggles with this, with having trouble shutting off their mind or silencing the mind, what advice would you give to them?
Okay, first we must connect with our body together, like from the neck to on the feet, because we are mostly in our heads. These brainstorms of thought patterns came too often and too quickly, and we are caught in a loop, thinking patterns. So the one way to silence the mind is to just to be in the present moment and close your awareness from the sensual stimuli around yourself. You can close your eyes. You can, just go deep inside yourself and just, take a slow, deep breath from your stomach and just allow yourself to be one with your oneness. That's one way to do it. Okay. Often our monkey mind goes into the brain, this storm and processes. So he only wants to go away on his original state. And original state of the mind is go to the source, which is, joy, peace, and silence. So when we accomplish this, automatically we become still. That's my way to do it. So yeah.
Okay. And I just wanted to recommend some books too that really helped me. Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and also Stillness Speaks. When I feel like I'm really caught up in my head, sometimes it's hard for me to ground myself instantly. So what I do is I'll listen to the books to kind of infuse me with that conscious energy, because there's something about Eckhart Tolle and his energy that's very infectious. So I feel like when I connect with his energy, it helps me to really calm down, and then I'm able to get more into my practice. So it's something that I do that works for me. I'm not sure if you're familiar. I'm sure you're familiar with his work. I love his work and his books, and I also always listen to him on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm familiar with his work before. I don't watch any more TV or online. I don't read books also, because I want to find my answers inside of me.
Oh, so you're on a whole other level and journey then.
Yeah, I just want to go that way because I want to find what's laying inside of me. So, and to find answers for my perspective of reality. So yeah.
So really tapping into that true wisdom that's accessible to everyone, really. We all have access to that. So what do you do to, not to get off topic, but just a little question. What do you do? Because I'm sure people are interested to know, what do you do to tap into that realm of wisdom, in that realm of the all-knowing?
Okay, I connect with the nature, or the frequency of the nature, because the nature is basically in alpha brain waves, like Schumann resonance show us, 7.183. And when you connect with that frequency, you automatically just attune yourself from deep inside of you. So the most familiar gram on it, when I'm one with the nature. So that's my way to do it.
And it's so simple. So do you feel this would work for everyone, or do you feel like everyone has to find their own unique way to connect?
We are part of the mother nature, so we all can just remember how to do it. It's a process. It takes time, but the nature has its own intelligence to guide us how to do it. So if you just, become still there, all the answers come out. So
yeah,
that's
definitely.
work for me.
And now I was hoping you could talk a little bit about, because we really want to understand, excuse me, how the frequencies work within our bodies, because I know this can become a little confusing for people. And I just wanted to break it down in a very simple way, even though it's not so simple, right? So from my understanding, within the human body, all of our organs vibrate at a particular frequency. So my heart gives off a particular frequency, my lungs, my liver, everything, my arms, as well as my energetic body gives off a particular frequency. So since you have more experience in how the human body works, etc., I was hoping that you could share a little bit about what you know on frequency and how frequency actually works within the body, so that people can just get a better understanding, just because it's easier to work with the frequency within your body when you know it's there and you know what it's doing.
Yeah, of course. It's hard for our analytical mind to comprehend these things. So we must, engage our feeling of mind.
Mm-hmm.
We do it by, finding our own energetic signature.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked before, we just hold our hands together and become, still.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel, when you become so still, something is happening between our hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's some space, some like density is changing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get that feeling deep inside, which come from the little chakras in our hands, left and
Mm-hmm.
right, because there are different polarities inside of it,
Mm-hmm.
our body just translate that information to our brain to get used what frequency or vibration is about.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can translate this feeling to the whole of your body, from your chakra system, from crown chakra to base chakra to your feet, it all combines in one frequency.
Mm.
And we can divide this in a low vibrational state or high vibrational state. It's important to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feeling at the moment now? So when you acknowledge that,
Mm-hmm.
You can check what's your level of frequency, if it's too much or if it's too low. The main point is to get balance from all this, and to get balance you get from the heart chakra, because of this is the center of our body parts here.
Okay, so
the most important thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
or to say to another, is just to feel your own vibration. Don't think so much about it. Just feel it, and you'll come together soon, especially on affirmations. And after 21 days, when you do this, our mind will get used to it, and it will be able to recognize the shift patterns of your frequency inside of you. So
yeah, that's interesting, because I talk about how we all are born with our natural sound print. So we all have a particular frequency that's just so beautiful. When our body is in harmony, it sings a particular melody, but it's different. Like my melody is different from yours. But when we are in complete balance and we come together, it creates almost like a harmonic convergence. And this is when the true healing takes place. When I'm in harmony, you're in harmony, we're coming together. This heals the collective, and it also heals Mother Earth, which is so important at this time. But what I'm noticing is, like you said, doing less thinking, more actually feeling, allows you to come from your heart space and radiate out the most powerful energy that you could radiate out, because it's the most powerful electromagnetic field that we have in the human body. But without even knowing that, you can feel it. You can feel how powerful that is. So that's another great way to disconnect from the mind, right? Is radiating from your heart space, so radiating the energy out, which is very powerful, very grounding. And it keeps you in the moment. And I was hoping that you could share, some of your techniques that you use to really level up and raise your frequency on a daily basis, because I know this is important. We're heavily influenced by electronics, our computers, our cell phones, just being indoors. If you're surrounded by electronics, also AC, different things like that. It really does mess with your natural frequency. It throws you off. It leaves you feeling very fuzzy. So could you I know one thing you're definitely going to say is go out in nature, because I know that's very important. But are there any other techniques that you use to really just raise your frequency? Because that's what we're interested to know.
Yeah, like you said, I will talk about nature. Okay, we can do this. It's important to be barefoot in the nature, because the nature is mostly on the surface negative poles, and we connect with our soul feet, automatically harmonize your frequency to balance yourself. This is one way. Okay, next one is to drink structured water. Like we talked before, water has memory. If you put some intention inside of it, you can change its patterns. I have my own shungite water. It's a mineral, very powerful to just make the structured water work. It's H3O2 molecules.
Okay.
Then it's a fourth phase of the water. Okay, then meditative work. I think everybody has 20 minutes a day to go in their meditative state, to lower their brain waves from beta to alpha. Because when we silence a little bit the mind, everything got checked in balance. That's it. Okay, eat high vibrational food, which are mostly around the sun, because vegetables got the primal source energy from the sun and contains it immediately, So yeah, especially when you eat this high protein vegetable food, you will feel more light, more vibrant, more easy to do it. Yeah. Okay, next one, practice the elevated emotions, in the present moment, of course. Be more in the present moment of happiness, thankfulness, love and peace. And doesn't anything get in your way when bad, like you said, vibes come in your way. We must shield and ground ourselves to do that. So, because we are all, how do we say, our own masters to do that, because that's our universal law to do that. Yeah.
And okay, that's great. I mean, for most people, I know they're going to need something to help get them kick-started. What I really love is binaural beats, because it really helps the brain waves. I create binaural beats. I have an album out now. It's the solfeggio and tones of the zodiac. And what this does is it helps to entrain the brain. So it tricks the brain into different brainwave states. So you can put yourself into a beta, alpha, theta, whatever state you need to be in, depending on what you need during that time. So with these tones, you could listen and it will automatically put you into a meditative state. And this is one trick to really silence the mind. It's not a permanent thing, but it's a temporary thing. It's no different than someone saying, oh, I have a headache and I'm going to take pain medication for it, and it temporarily relieves the pain. This will temporarily trick the brain waves. Now, if you want something that's really going to help you, I always recommend to take the time to go within and to feel your way through it, to be able to shift your own brain waves. But this takes a lot of practice. And I know not everyone is going to have the time to do that, but this is a nice, easy way to really calm the body down, to get your heart rate down, your blood pressure down, whatever you're going through. It really does help to heal your body. As well as it helps to balance out your energetic body too. So I'm all for binaural beats and tricking my brain into different brainwave states. What do you think about, I just want your take on binaural beats, Srdan, if you could give some of your feedback.
I'm very fond of them. I experimented with them a couple of years ago. And it's funny when you put the different frequency in one ear and in one another, the brain just, divided this frequency and become one frequency. For example, if you put 125 hertz in one ear, 121 in one ear, left ear, the brain just recognized the 4 hertz frequency, which is in the theta wave state. Yeah.
Right.
And I experimented with that, and I had a very wonderful mystical experience with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was, I think, 3 years ago or 4. I'm not sure anymore. But it was one of the first out-of-body experience when I have with the theta brainwaves. So
wow.
It was very miraculous.
Wow. And what was it like to experience that for the first time? What did it feel like?
Oh, that cannot be explained with words.
Yeah, exactly. It's more something you have to feel yourself. Yeah.
And you're not the same after that when you experience this, because your consciousness shifts. And yeah, you can attune yourself. You can go anywhere you want with it when you know the frequency, how to go in that state. So yeah.
Okay. And how do you normally do it? Do you have a formula down now that works, or is it just like randomly it happens?
I know what works for me. Maybe it will work for someone else. It's a process. Okay, first you need to channel your energies from the base chakra slowly to upper centers. When this energy, it's like circular motion, comes in the pineal gland, it changes the frequency on the tone sound. When you hear the high-pitched sound on the right side of the hypothalamus, automatically there's a transcendental point. You just need to let it go. To get like you go in the lucid state dreaming, you just need to be aware of it. Okay, I'm in that state now. I will transcend, or I will go there where the conscious take me. Yeah.
So it's all about going with it. You can't fight any second of it because you'll snap right back.
Yeah, you can go back immediately when you want. Just think of your body, and your body automatically brings you back. So you can do it that way. But it mostly lasts 4 or 5 minutes, not more, because I think we go into theta state between the delta state. That feeling when you just woke up or you go to sleep. It takes a shorter time, but sometimes there's a techniques you can practice to prolong the time and to have this wonderful experience that you have.
Right. It's like a fine line with the theta and the delta state, because most people, they just go to sleep. So it takes a lot of practice to actually stay awake during that time, because you're so relaxed. You're just in the state where it's like, I'm ready to dream, I'm ready to go to sleep. But when you can find that sweet spot and you're able to actually stay present, but not really present, because then you're also crossing over into another realm, that's where you want to be. So when your frequency is on that level, it's absolutely amazingly healing for the body. And when you're in that state, you can actually heal your body easily. So you can use your intention to heal the body. And I've heard a lot of stories about people who have, they were able to actually heal their body being in that trance state.
Yeah, because you're mostly in the wave state, not matter state.
Right.
Let me put it better. You're mostly wave, not particle. And yeah, when you're in that low brainwave state, when you put intention of healing, because everything comes from energy, then in the matter. When you combine these two, you got in your most perfect homeostasis, your perfect balance state. And your cells have memory also. You can remember the state, and you can heal quickly.
Right.
Or quicker, depends on your state, which you are.
And that's what I love about the body is just so intelligent. You don't have to do anything. The cells will literally store the memory, and over time that starts to reprogram your DNA. So you could live in this lifetime and and become a completely different person, or maybe a couple different, versions of yourself. And that's the whole death and rebirth cycle that we go through on this spiritual quest and journey. And just taking the time to really dive deep into your own practice and dive deep into yourself, I feel, is really what's needed most on this planet. Because once you can start to have more consciousness and awareness of what your frequency is not only doing to yourself, but doing to others, you start to have just this tremendous healing effect on the planet. So we really need more people around the world, right, to become more conscious of frequency and have that awareness and understand that this is really the key to not only unlocking your highest potential, but also to healing and helping the planet to evolve as it needs to.
Yeah, our Pachamama, our Mother Earth, is intelligent being.
Mm-hmm.
She's older than us. We belong to her, and she belongs to us. It's this unity cycle of consciousness. So yeah, when you heal yourself, you heal the others and the planet. And when you get in this state, when you're high vibratory, you automatically, your hormones in your pineal gland produce the bliss chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. You feel great, you feel relaxed, you feel uplifting, lighter, and like sourceful, joyous, like we were meant to be. And that can be felt also. And we're like a circles because we're energetically circles of toroidal field. And we, when expand, exchange this circle with each other, yeah, we expand our field all together in this unity consciousness. And this is, I think, most of our primal task to do it in this reincarnation, in this lifetime, to, go behind this polarity consciousness, because, okay, we've been here, done that, but we must be all together as one. So, yeah.
Right. That's what it's really all about, the unity consciousness, and recognizing that there's no separation at all. Right now, it seems like there is, but there's really, it's all just the illusion. So when you start to understand that, it's kind of funny to think that we get so worked up over things. It's like, but that's just an extension of yourself. Why be afraid of it? Why, why get so worked up over life? Why get so anxious? Why feel such hatred? Or there's no need for any of that when you really have that deeper level of understanding and awareness.
Exactly.
Awesome. So I think we had a great conversation on just frequency and, how the energetic body works. And I think it would be great for us to end out with just a nice meditation. And this could definitely be a practice if you need help, shifting your frequency and you're not so sure like where to start. This would be a nice place to start. So you can always revisit this meditation as well. So Srdan is actually going to lead the meditation, and I'll just give everyone just a few minutes to kind of gather themselves and find a quiet space to begin.
Thank you. Okay, let's start. Just close your eyes and take a deep breath from your stomach. And exhale and relax. With every breath, you become more relaxed than before. Take your time. Now, I want you to put your hands close to your heart center and just feel the space between your hands. Put your awareness between the space of your hands. And you will feel just some tingling sensation. They're coming from inside. It's like vibration passing through. Now, follow that feeling to your hands and put them in your wrists. Just feel and relax. Extend that relaxation in your forearms. In your elbows. In your upper arms. In your shoulders. Into your heart center. Just feel this peaceful and vibrant energy in your heart chakra. After a while, this vibration starts to expand in your chest. Let that feeling go on the top of your head. Remember to breathe. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, space between the eyebrows, your lateral parts of the head, your backside of the head, and your face. Extend that feeling into your throat, into your shoulders, and chest. Relax your stomach. Your pelvis, your groins, and your hips. Relax your legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, and your foot. Just rest in that beautiful energy feeling. It's like a wave that passing through your whole body. Okay, close your hand chakras and give thanks to universal life force and come back where you are. Take your time. How are you feeling now?
Super relaxed and amazing. This definitely feels like this is the thing you need to do if you just want to silence the mind, if you want some peace of mind. And this definitely feels like the energy just shifted instantly within my body. Everything just feels very calm, very relaxed, healthy, vibrant, renewed almost, but restful at the same time. It's like everything is vibrating in harmony.
Yeah, our body just quickly remembers how to get balanced. And that's the feeling I like to dwell into it.
That's very powerful. Thank you for sharing that practice, Srdan. And I welcome everyone to revisit this practice. I know I'm going to revisit and I'm going to do this every day because it's easy, it's quick, and I feel like this is perfect if you just can't find your grounding. So thank you, Srdan, for your time with us today. And if any of you are interested in working one-on-one with Srdan, you could actually email him directly. And I'm going to spell out his email for you for those of you who are listening right now. And I'll also list it below. So his email is snikolic0908@gmail.com. That's S as in snake, NIKOLIC0908@gmail.com. So thanks again, Srdan, for coming on and joining us today and for sharing your wisdom and your practices with us. And thanks so much, everyone, for joining in this week. And I look forward to co-creating a frequency-driven planet with you. Take care.
Thank you.
Level up your frequency.